Welcome back to my 6-day journey in Taiwan. Don't forget to check out my first destination on this trip in Hualien. In today's video, we are going to be exploring Taitung, which is a county I haven't been to yet. Taitung is known as the Garden of Taiwan, and that is due to its fairy tale-like beauty. It is also home to many diverse festivals due to its unique ethnic diversity. Today I'll introduce to you some famous local food spots in the county, and we will also go exploring in the mountains via the rivers with our indigenous local guides. We awoke early in the morning to head to Hualien Station. We had to change our tickets to an earlier train, and then we took the TRA down to our destination. Now we begin our adventure in Taitung, and not only am I with Annie, I'm with Kayla! Okay, we just met up with some of Annie's friends, and we are stopping off at an apparently famous local fried chicken place that's, I think there's only one location in Taitung, and I think there's 0 locations in other areas of Taiwan. So apparently a lot of people from Taitung say that this place is really good. So we are gonna get some fried chicken. It's called Blue Dragonfly. I mean, it's bumping, there's a lineup. I'm excited to eat. I did not eat breakfast yet. We actually came down the street to another famous place so we could get more food, but I'm gonna try the chicken here since we can eat inside here. Did you see that oil? That's how you know it's good. How's the noodles?
Amazing. Delicious. Take a look at that. Out of 10, I'm gonna give them a 10. Definitely, they deserve a 10.
Alright, we are at our B&B. I will put the name right here, and we're just waiting for the room. But on our way here, we had a lovely taxi driver that Annie negotiated terms with, and we booked a private car for Sunday so we can go all around the area and hit up the places that we want to hit because we're not driving. And the taxi driver was like, oh my god, I have to introduce you to this like amazing place. And then we stopped on the way and we got this tofu. I didn't eat it yet. Oh, there's shaved ice inside.
I think it has shaved ice, and then it's got like a sweet syrup.
Can you see it? I think you can see it. I think it's like a brown sugar. So, yeah. And yeah, as soon as we got to the B&B, the man who works here was like, do you guys want some fresh lemon juice? We're like, yeah, sure. Taiwanese hospitality, man. 3, 2, 1, cheers.
Cheers.
It's good. Yeah. It's not like too sour. It's like the perfect mix of sweet and sour.
Okay, put it on. My pomelo hat.
Yeah! Beautiful.
Okay, so the guy just told us that the reason why they cut these pomelo skins into helmets is because back in the day, families maybe didn't have enough money to buy their kids like a lot of toys. So they just did what they could with what they had, and they made these into little helmets, and that was their toys, and the kids would just run around with them on their head like this. Whoa, it's cool.
We have mine, Kayla's, Annie's, and the ghosts.
Yeah.
Did you knock before you came in?
I did not.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Balcony too.
Whoa. I mean, the sky looks nice and clear. Annie's live streaming, and we're just heading to the night market. It's about like a 17-minute walk. Wow, it looks like it goes for a long time. We got the goods. Kayla got sweet potato balls. Good morning. We have come to the day that I've been looking forward to the most, which is in Taitung, and we are gonna go river trekking in the rivers. Woo! You can choose either the half-day tour or the full-day tour. We chose the full-day tour. It's like $85 US, but if you're ever curious about how much I'm spending on these trips, just check my pinned comment down below. I will put how much I spent in total in Taiwan dollars, as well as a bunch of conversions. The owner of our B&B made sure we got some delicious breakfast in our stomachs before we headed out early in the morning. Something to note is we chose this B&B outside of the main area of Taitung because our water trekking adventure meeting point was a little bit far. So within our tour group of the day, we were the only people who didn't drive themselves, so I'm glad that we stayed close and we were able to take a short taxi ride to get there and meet everyone on time. Included in the tour is proper gear to wear while trekking through the rivers. At first, I didn't really want to wear a wetsuit, but I can say after the fact, I am sure glad that I wore it in the end. All right, we got the wetsuits on, and you get this like special thing on your butt, probably for sliding. And just like that, we were off with our group and guides into the wilderness. First, we had a little mini dip in the water to have a practice run. And then we all gathered around Mingjae to learn a bit about his tribe and their customs.
He said he knows everything about both sides of the mountain.
Wow. For example, before we begin our day into the wilderness, we leave an offering of betel nut and alcohol for the goddess. We then learn why some things in the area have Mandarin names instead of using their own language. Mingjae said it is because they wanted to document everything, and in order to do that, it has to be in Mandarin. Otherwise, it would be told and remembered orally through oral culture. And then when the brief introduction was over, we began our journey up.
Yeah. Woo! Okay, here we go. Got it? She's carrying us.
I have to say, the tour was even better than what I expected. I absolutely loved the atmosphere that the tour guides created, and the terrain was a little demanding, but totally worth it. I loved that if I wanted to have a breathtaking view, all I had to do was look up. I'm so happy that we decided to wear these wetsuits. The tour was all in Mandarin, but the guides said that they had a few people like me with very limited Mandarin ability to take the tour and still enjoy themselves. I think since the rapids are so loud anyway, a lot of the time you're using gestures to communicate how to climb up them, etc. Our guide started cheering Faguo, France, because somebody from France was a little bit afraid to jump. But eventually he did, and he conquered his fear. Eventually our group turned around and headed down since those people only signed up for a half day. Us three, however, stuck with Mingjae and continued up. I will say I think the second half of the day was probably more physically demanding than the first half. Definitely doable though. We eventually stopped for some lunch and a little break from climbing to thoroughly enjoy our surroundings. We're just by the waterfall, but I don't know if you can see or hear. Everything's on the iPhone and the GoPro, but our guide was like, okay, because we're the only ones getting lunch. And our guide was like, okay, I'm gonna go like in the forest and find some salad. And Andy was like translating, she thought he was joking. But actually he went out to get us some salad. How stunning. We're literally in the middle of I don't even know. Nobody's here. So nice. I'm literally just, my butt is on the ground. But everything else is floating. Oh yeah. These are the vegetables you got from the mountains. So in the indigenous language, this is called bai, and you cannot just buy it anywhere. It's kind of like a millet rice, but almost like a quinoa. You open it and take a bite, and then eat some chili. Take a bite, eat some chili, and then you're good to go. Okay, we're gonna eat. Use the string. Not this one.
Yeah, there you go.
I did it! This is really good. It is kind of similar to the quinoa. Whether it's in front of you or like in back of you, everywhere is just perfect. Now we're heading back down. Everything inside. All right, we're all changed, ready to go, and I think we're gonna have some soup or something with the guys. We're getting a ride home. Yay. So not only did we have the full day water trekking experience, because we are the only people left at the end, when we joined up at the main area where we took the tour, they were having a barbecue and we just got to sit down with the guys and chat with them and learn. Well, I was asking about like folklore and everything like that on the mountains. Yeah, it was just a really good day and we're going to bed. We have a very, very busy day tomorrow. Like really busy, and I don't know if it's gonna be in this video or the next video. We'll see.